Good afternoon, everyone. So for this lesson, this first video, you're going to study the use of the diphthong O. Okay, so probably if you ask any native speaker about this phoneme, the person will not know because they normally say that this one is the lone O, but the name in phonetics is just the diphthong O, because remember a diphthong is a combination of two different sounds. So we have pure vowels and then you have the diphthongs. So we're gonna start as we have been usually been doing before. So we're gonna start with some characteristics of this sound, and we're gonna see like how the lips and the jaw and the tongue are positioned. And after that, we're gonna see where, in which words or in which spelling patterns, and also in which position this sound can appear in some words, like in the initial, middle, or final positions. So the first thing you have to keep in mind, as I said before, so we have two different sounds, right? So this makes the sound a little bit longer. That's why a native speaker will say this is the lone O. So when you do O, so first the lips, as you can see in this picture, so the lips are going to be rounded, but at the end they are a little bit slightly parted, or they are a little bit spread, okay? So we're gonna see, or we're gonna feel some tension when we produce this sound. So when you do oh, oh, so you can feel tension because the only sounds that are laxed are basically the lax I, the schwa, stressed or unstressed, or you're gonna feel your mouth completely relaxed when you produce the lax U, and so on. Okay, so lips tense and very rounded because of the O at the beginning. And then the jaw is going to rise with the tongue and closes slightly. So first it rises because it comes down, okay, when you do this, and then it closes slightly, okay? So the tongue is going to be moving. So it's going to glide. So it's going to move from the mid-level to near the roof of the mouth, okay? So you're gonna feel it like coming here and coming, touching the roof, the upper part of the mouth, okay? So this is a blending of two vowels, as I said, and some of the most common problems people may have is, I mean, this is for everyone. This is not only for Spanish speakers, but for everyone, it is going to be difficult, like, to make that discrimination, listening discrimination, or the vowel production of some of these words you're gonna see now, like when you intend to say coat, but at the end you say cut, or when you want to say bold and you say ball, with the other one, which is the open O that we're gonna see later. And the other one that may be confused with is the Latin A, when you want to say note and you end up saying not. So you have to be really, really careful about this, okay? Remember, O, probably this is something that you must pay attention to, because even in some words ending in the letter O that are similar to Spanish words, we tend to produce the Spanish O instead of saying the O at the end. So a simple word like no, you cannot say no. You have to say no. Okay, when I was working in hotels, I remember that they used to call me Olga. And I said, why Olga? It's because I have the letter O in my name. Okay, so round your lips, please, like if you were doing like the O in your mouth when you do the O, please, okay? And of course, you need a lot of practice too, okay? So now we have the exercises that are related to listening and repetition, okay? So we can see this, by the way, this is taken from the book English Pronunciation Made Simple. So we have the O at the beginning of the words. Okay, the idea here, as we have done in classes, now we are in the virtual mode, but the idea is to make like a similarity, you know, with the real classes in a classroom, in the lab. So the idea is that I say the word and you repeat, okay? So the first column is oat, own, oak, old, odor, only, over, oval, open, ocean. Okay, now O in the middle of the words. Okay, when you say boat, both, remember this TH sound? I told you in other videos that you have to like throw air through your mouth using the tip of the tongue, sorry, touching the upper front teeth. So you have to do both. Coast. Please try always to exaggerate the aspirated sounds like the p, t, and k. And remember the tip I gave you the other day. So if you're gonna do that, the idea is to place a little piece of paper. So in front of your mouth, when you have a word and a stop consonant, okay, like p, t, and k. And the idea is that when you produce those ones, you have to move the paper in front of your mouth, okay? Okay, then you have, I said both. Now, coast, nose, roam, loan, known, spoke, soul, don't, go, no, so, toe. You see this one, toe. When you say it, you have to move the paper in front of you. So, ago, show, snow. Remember, it's not S, snow, but S, snow, hello, and though. Okay, here we have some guidance on the common spellings patterns where you're gonna find basically these sounds. This sound, sorry, is only O. So you have the letter O, you have OA, you have OW, OE, and OU. So I'm going to say the words, the idea is that you repeat. So the first column is for letter O in words such as no, rope, vote, home, fold. Remember that vote has to be with the V. This is interdental because you have to use your lips and your upper teeth. Then we have the spelling OA, like in soap, goat, loan, foam, load. OW, like in no, O, grow, throw, bowl. Then we have OE, like in toe, hoe, goes. And OU, like in dough, though, shoulder. So the GH, in many cases, at the end of the words, the GH letters will be silent, okay? So you must not pronounce those, okay? So here we have some tips or hints that we can use as guidance again. So in case you want to remember, like, okay, I remember that Latin A is also spelled with the letter O, but here we have some clues to say, oh no, this one doesn't go with Latin A like in hot, because this one has the letter O, then you have one consonant, and then you have the E that is mute, okay? So it's, again, it's like a formula, okay? Sometimes pronunciation works like math. So you need to know the formula, because you have to say, for example, okay, here, I'm going to draw something. So we have, again, we have the letter O. Remember that these brackets mean that this refers to spelling. If you have this, remember that this is the pronunciation. Okay, by the way, in this book, you're gonna find the O symbol like this, but in the IPA, it is also used like OW. So you can use any, it doesn't matter, but you have to understand that some of you, because you see, for example, this rope, and I ask you, okay, please identify sounds with the lax U. And you say, oh, this one, rope, because you see the U, but actually this is not a sound represented here, because this one is a diphthong, okay? So it doesn't apply like in those cases, okay? So what I want to illustrate again is the formula, basically, that you need to know when you have the letter O, then you have a consonant, and then you have a final E that is mute. So as you saw in some examples, so you have the words rope, right? So you had these, those words. And also when you have the word, oh, such a common word like home, phone, or comb. So they're going to help you to identify that this is a common spelling pattern, okay? So spelling patterns are only to guide you through the spelling and identification of the sound. So also when you listen to a new word, you know how to write it because of the spelling patterns. But sometimes some words do not follow any of these spelling patterns. So that's why you have to memorize some exceptions. And also, especially for previous vowels like the tense U and the lax U is basically disappearing, okay? From the vowel system, from the pronunciation of native speakers, okay? So these words follow this spelling pattern, okay? That we're gonna see in a moment more in detail, okay? So we go back to the book so we can see these words. And then we have also another hint, which is basically about the combination of the letters O, OA, like in cold, boat, roasting, and toaster. Okay, then another hint is when you have the letter and then you have the letters LD. So normally you have to produce it with O, like in cold, old, solder, and told. Okay, so it says here another hint. When speaking English, so many international students frequently forget to prolong the diphthong O before consonants. So that is true. So we have some of these words contain at the end a consonant that tends to lengthen, to make longer the sound, like in the cases of toes, zoes, grows, known, blown. So now we have some phrases where we have the bold-faced words containing the sound O. So I'm gonna read each of them again. So number one is, leave me alone. Number two, I suppose so. I suppose so. Three, only joking. Four, hold the phone. Number five, open and close. Six, at the moment's notice. Seven, Tony Jones broke his toe. Eight, don't go down the old road. Number nine, repeat the O words slowly over and over. Number 10, no one knows how old Flo is. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you to please do these exercises yourself using the books audios that are available in the class, the virtual class platform. So you have to try to do these exercises. This one is about circling the word you hear. So probably the word might be with O or might not be with O. So you have to just circle the one you hear, okay? If it is phone or fun, and so on. And remember, you have the answer key at the end of the book, so you can go ahead and check these ones, okay? Then we have another check yourself, and this one is about household items, where you have to basically circle the ones pronounced with the O diphthong, okay? And you can also check the answers as well. A good exercise, and I will recommend it to you, it's to do the transcription of these words so that you can practice more. The check yourself number 3 is about a conversation where you basically have to circle all the words containing the O diphthong, okay? And just to finish, before we go to the next one, so I'm going to show you the specific spelling patterns according to this book, which is Accurate English Pronunciation, Chapter 4, Vowels in Detail, where you basically can see all the different spelling patterns for this one, okay? For any of the consonants and vowel sounds. So we have the first rule, you can see kind of rule you can see here, is that usually you're gonna find O with when the letter O is alone, or when O has the combination I told you before, a consonant and an E that is silent at the end. Then you have also the letters OA plus one consonant, or two in some cases, or just the letters OW, okay? So we can see O, OA, and OW, like in no, close, open, cold, road, boat, and remember the paper? Toast. Okay, so these sounds are more explosive, the P, the T, and the K at the beginning of the words, okay? Then we have show, own, and below. Okay, be really, really careful about this part because we also have infrequent or unusual spelling patterns, okay? So these ones are represented in this case of the O by the letters O, U, G, H, or O, U plus the letter L, and also we have the OE. So we can see here, O with the words with O, U, G, H, like in although, though, and though. So you may say, but these ones sound really, really similar. Well, first, the TH sound, that one is not like the think and three sound. That one is not aspirated, but still you have to do the same, exactly the same position of the mouth, of the tongue on the way in which you put the tip of the tongue in the upper front teeth. So it's the same one as this sound, like the snake. I call the snake, okay? This one is though, though. So if you say though, you're touching this part, which is called the velar ridge or tooth ridge, because it's after, just place after, or sorry, behind the upper teeth. So that is that part when you touch that part. So that is the D sound. But when you do the, it makes a huge difference, okay? So then you have O, like in soul, shoulder, boulder, and poultry. Poultry. That is a very nice word coming from French language, but you have the P, so you have to try to make it aspirated. Okay, then you have the O, E, like in toe, it's aspirated, Joe, dough, and foe. Okay, here we go with the exceptions. Okay, exceptions are almost in every single vowel sound, okay? So in this case, we can see we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different exceptions, okay? So how do I go about this one? So you have to memorize them, okay? So we have so, folk, yolk, mauve, plateau, and bureau. Be careful with bureau and bureaucracy, because when you say bureaucracy, you have to use the Latin A. Bureaucracy. This is bureau, okay? And this is everything for the open O, for the O sound. So thank you so very much for your attention.